A cat adopted a lost chick, but what happened next left everyone speechless. Ellen Thompson was used to the quiet rhythm of her country home on the outskirts of Burlington, Vermont. At 68, she had settled into a peaceful retirement with her beloved cat Luna, a 5-year-old gray tabby she'd rescued from the local shelter 3 years ago. Luna was known throughout the neighborhood for her gentle nature, often seen lounging on the front porch or patrolling the garden with casual grace. That spring morning started like any other. Ellen was tending to her small herb garden while Luna watched from her favorite spot on the porch railing. The morning air was crisp, carrying the scent of blooming lilacs and fresh grass. "Another beautiful day, isn't it, Luna?" Ellen called out to her feline companion. Luna's response was a lazy blink and a contented purr. The Thompson property bordered Willow Creek Farm, where the Hendersons raised chickens and grew organic vegetables. Ellen enjoyed the occasional sounds of farm life, the distant crow of roosters, the gentle clucking of hens, and the subtle rustling of wind through the apple trees that lined the property border. Around mid-morning, something changed. Luna's ears perked up, her attention suddenly focused on something near the old maple tree at the edge of the garden. Ellen watched as her usually laid-back cat became alert, her tail twitching with interest. "What is it, girl?" Ellen asked, setting down her gardening tools. Luna jumped down from her perch and moved cautiously toward the maple tree. As Ellen followed, she heard it, a faint, distressed peeping sound coming from beneath the tree's sprawling roots. There, trembling in a small hollow, was a tiny yellow chick. Couldn't have been more than a day or two old, its fuzzy down still showing signs of recent hatching. The chick was alone, no mother hen in sight, and it was clear it had somehow gotten separated from the Hendersons' chicken coop. Ellen's heart sank. "Oh, you poor little thing," she murmured, reaching down to help the frightened creature. But before she could touch it, Luna did something remarkable. The cat approached the chick with unusual gentleness, her movements slow and deliberate. Ellen held her breath, years of instinct making her want to protect the baby bird from the cat. But Luna surprised her. Instead of showing any predatory interest, Luna lay down beside the hollow, creating a warm barrier between the chick and the cool morning air. The chick, perhaps driven by instinct to seek warmth, stopped trembling and actually hobbled closer to Luna's soft fur. "Well, I'll be," Ellen whispered, watching in amazement as Luna began to gently groom the chick, using the same careful strokes she would use with a kitten. The chick, seemingly comforted by Luna's presence, nestled against the cat's warm belly. His frightened peeps gradually subsided, replaced by soft, contented chirps. Ellen knew she should probably return the chick to the Hendersons' farm, but something about the scene before her made her hesitate. Luna had never shown such maternal behavior before, despite being spayed and never having kittens of her own. "This is certainly unexpected," Ellen mused, watching as Luna curled her body protectively around the tiny yellow ball of fluff. The cat looked up at her with those wise green eyes, as if to say, "This one needs me." Making a quick decision, Ellen went inside and gathered some supplies: a small box, soft cloths, and a heating pad. She'd raised chickens herself years ago and knew the basics of caring for chicks. When she returned, Luna was still in the same spot, the chick now sleeping peacefully against her. "All right, Luna," Ellen said softly. "Let's get your little friend somewhere safer." To her surprise, Luna seemed to understand. She stood carefully, nudging the chick gently with her nose, encouraging it to follow her toward the house. The sight of the tiny yellow chick tottering after the gray tabby cat was something Ellen would never forget. Inside, Ellen set up the box in the kitchen, making a cozy nest with the heating pad and cloths. Luna jumped in immediately, settling down as if she'd been caring for chicks all her life. The baby bird, seemingly having imprinted on its unlikely guardian, snuggled right back into Luna's fur. "Well," Ellen said, pulling out her phone to call the Hendersons, "I suppose life still has some surprises in store for us." As she dialed the number, she watched Luna tenderly nuzzling the sleeping chick. Something told her this was just the beginning of an extraordinary story. Ellen's call to the Hendersons revealed that none of their chickens had lost a chick. Martha Henderson even came over to check, confirming the little one wasn't from their brood. "Must be from one of the wild ground birds," Martha suggested, watching in amazement as Luna gently nudged the chick toward the small dish of starter feed Ellen had prepared. "I've never seen anything like this in all my years of farming." The chick, which Ellen had started calling Sunny due to its bright yellow down, was thriving under Luna's constant attention. The cat seemed to have transformed overnight into a dedicated mother, rarely leaving the box except for necessary breaks. "You know," Martha said, "normally I'd say a cat raising a chick goes against nature, but looking at them," she gestured to where Luna was showing Sunny how to drink water, gently tapping the dish with her paw to demonstrate. That evening, Ellen observed an extraordinary routine developing. When Sunny showed signs of being cold, Luna would curl around the chick, providing warmth. When the little one chirped hungrily, Luna would guide it to the feed dish, watching attentively as it pecked at the starter crumbles. Most remarkably, Luna had developed a unique meow, specifically for Sunny, a soft, trilling sound she used to call the chick back when it wandered too far. The chick, in turn, would respond immediately, running back to Luna on its wobbly legs. "You're a natural mother," Ellen told Luna, who blinked slowly in response, her paw protectively curved around the sleeping chick. The next few days brought new challenges. Ellen worried about nighttime temperatures, but Luna solved that problem by refusing to leave the box after sunset, keeping Sunny warm through the night. During the day, she would carry the chick, ever so gently in her mouth, just like a kitten, to sunny spots around the house. Word began to spread about the unusual pair. Ellen's neighbor, Tom Wilson, stopped by with his camera. "The grandkids won't believe this without pictures," he said, snapping photos of Luna teaching Sunny to groom itself, the chick mimicking the cat's paw movements with its tiny wings. By the end of the first week, Sunny had grown noticeably. Its yellow down was starting to show hints of real feathers, and its legs were stronger. Luna adjusted her care accordingly, now encouraging the chick to exercise by leading it on short walks around the kitchen. One afternoon, Ellen watched as Luna dealt with her first real parenting challenge. Sunny had discovered its wings and attempted to jump from the low coffee table. Luna moved with lightning speed, catching the chick mid-fall with her body, cushioning its landing. "Good save," Ellen praised, heart still racing from the near accident. Luna responded by picking Sunny up and returning it to their box, giving the chick a thorough grooming as if to say, "Don't scare me like that again." The local veterinarian, Dr. Sarah Chen, made a house call to check on the unusual pair. She was fascinated by Luna's maternal behavior. "Cats have been known to adopt other species," she explained, examining Sunny while Luna watched anxiously nearby. "But it's usually kittens or small mammals. This cross-species adoption between natural predator and prey is quite remarkable." Dr. Chun confirmed that Sunny was healthy and growing well. "Whatever Luna's doing, she's doing it right. The chick is perfectly developed for its age." As evening approached, Ellen sat in her rocking chair, watching Luna and Sunny's bedtime routine. The cat would groom the chick thoroughly, checking every bit of down before curling around it protectively. Sunny would nestle into Luna's fur, chirping softly before falling asleep. "You know," Ellen said to Luna, "when I adopted you, I thought I was giving you a second chance at life. I never imagined you'd pass that gift on to someone else." Luna's purr deepened, her eyes half closed in contentment as Sunny snoozed against her belly. Outside, the spring twilight painted the sky in soft colors, and somewhere in the distance, a mother bird called to her babies. But in Ellen's warm kitchen, an unlikely family had formed, proving that love knows no boundaries of species or circumstance. As Ellen prepared for bed, she heard Luna's special trilling call, followed by Sunny's responsive peep. The sound made her smile, reminding her that sometimes the most beautiful things in life come from unexpected places. As spring progressed into early summer, Sunny began to show remarkable changes. The once tiny yellow fluff ball was now developing real feathers, mostly white with hints of golden brown. Luna watched these changes with apparent fascination, adjusting her care routine to match Sunny's growing independence. Ellen had converted her covered back porch into a safe space for the unlikely pair. She installed a small chicken coop in one corner, though Sunny showed no interest in sleeping there, still preferring to curl up against Luna's warm fur each night. "You're going to have to let your baby grow up sometime," Ellen told Luna one morning, watching as the cat anxiously supervised Sunny's first attempts at flying short distances. Luna's protective instincts remained strong. When a neighbor's cat appeared in the yard, Luna positioned herself between the visitor and Sunny, her usually gentle demeanor turning fierce until the intruder retreated. The message was clear: no one messes with her child. Dr. Chun continued her weekly visits, amazed by their progress. "What's fascinating," she explained during one checkup, "is how Luna has adapted her teaching methods. She's not teaching Sunny to be a cat anymore. She's actually encouraging natural chicken behaviors." Indeed, Luna had developed an impressive routine. She would scratch at the ground, showing Sunny how to look for insects and seeds. When the chick successfully found something, Luna would purr encouragingly, just as she would for a kitten's achievements. The most heartwarming moments came during their daily hunting lessons in the garden. Luna would spot a beetle or worm, but instead of catching it herself, she would alert Sunny with her special trill. Then she'd wait patiently as the growing chick learned to catch its own food. "Look at that," Ellen said to Martha Henderson one afternoon, as they watched Luna demonstrating how to take dust baths. The cat would roll in the loose dirt, then wait as Sunny mimicked her actions, a behavior natural to chickens but one Sunny might never have learned without observation. "It's like she instinctively knows what Sunny needs to learn," Martha marveled. "Even things she doesn't do herself." Their fame spread beyond the neighborhood. A local newspaper reporter came to write a story about the unusual family, and soon their pictures were featured in the Burlington Free Press. Ellen had to start turning away visitors who wanted to see the cat-raised chicken. One particularly memorable moment came during a summer thunderstorm. As lightning flashed and thunder rolled, Sunny, now nearly fully feathered, rushed not to the coop but to Luna. The cat immediately began grooming her child, purring loudly to drown out the thunder. They stayed that way until the storm passed, demonstrating that their bond remained as strong as ever. "You've raised quite a character," Dr. Chun commented during her next visit. Sunny had developed unique mannerisms, a mixture of chicken and cat behaviors. The bird would purr in its own way, making soft trilling sounds when content, and had learned to rub against Luna's side just like a cat. Luna, for her part, seemed to take pride in Sunny's growing independence while maintaining her protective watch. She no longer carried Sunny around in her mouth but would walk beside the chicken, ready to intervene if needed. Ellen's niece Sarah, studying veterinary medicine, asked to document their story for a school project. "It's not just about cross-species adoption," she explained, filming Luna and Sunny sharing their daily sunbath. "It's about the capacity for nurturing that exists in all creatures." As summer bloomed fully, Sunny grew into a beautiful young chicken, larger than Luna but still deferential to their mother-child relationship. Their daily routine expanded to include exploring more of the garden, with Luna teaching Sunny the safe areas to roam and warning signals to watch for. One day, Ellen witnessed a scene that brought tears to her eyes. A young hawk had swooped low over the garden, and before Ellen could react, Luna had rushed Sunny under the protection of a dense bush, placing herself at the entrance until the danger passed. The bond between them wasn't just about companionship. It was about survival and protection. "You're still watching out for your baby, aren't you?" Ellen said that evening, as Luna and Sunny settled into their favorite spot on the porch. Luna's response was to wrap her tail protectively around her now larger child, purring contentedly. The transformation of both animals was remarkable. Luna, once a solitary cat, had become a devoted mother, while Sunny had grown from a helpless chick into a confident young chicken with a unique personality shaped by its unusual upbringing. As the summer evening wrapped around them, Ellen reflected on how this unexpected family had changed her life. The sound of Luna's purring mixed with Sunny's soft clucks created a peaceful melody, a reminder that love and family could take the most surprising forms. August brought new challenges to the unusual family. Sunny had grown into a beautiful adult chicken, and as Ellen suspected, turned out to be a rooster. His golden white feathers had developed a magnificent sheen, and his crow, when it first emerged, had startled both Luna and Ellen. Luna's initial reaction to Sunny's first attempt at crowing was priceless. She had jumped, fur standing on end, before rushing to check on her baby. Ellen couldn't help but laugh at the cat's concerned expression as Sunny continued to practice his newfound voice. "Well, Luna, your little one is growing up," Ellen said, watching as Luna gradually adjusted to Sunny's new sound. The cat seemed to accept this change like she had accepted everything else with patient understanding. The neighborhood dynamics shifted with Sunny's maturation. The local birds that used to visit Ellen's garden feeders now kept their distance, and the morning silence was broken by Sunny's increasingly confident crowing. Some neighbors were less than thrilled about their early morning wake-up calls. Mrs. Thompson, Bob Parker from 2 houses down, approached one day, looking uncomfortable. "About your unusual rooster." Before he could finish, Luna appeared at Ellen's side, her protective instinct still strong. Sunny strutted behind her, now standing tall and proud, but still deferring to his feline mother. "I know, Bob," Ellen sighed. "The crowing. We're working on it." She had already started keeping them in the enclosed porch until later in the morning, though Sunny seemed to consider this arrangement a mere suggestion. Dr. Chen's next visit brought both concern and amazement. "It's remarkable," she said, watching Sunny follow Luna around the garden. "Despite being fully grown, he's maintained all the behavioral patterns he learned from Luna. I've never seen a rooster so gentle and cat-like in his mannerisms." Indeed, Sunny had developed into a unique character. Unlike typical roosters, he showed no aggression toward humans or other animals. He still groomed himself like a cat, would come running at Luna's special call, and preferred to sleep next to her rather than on a traditional roost. One afternoon, Ellen witnessed a scene that proved just how unique their bond remained. A neighbor's dog had gotten loose and run into their yard. While most roosters would either flee or attack, Sunny stood his ground beside Luna. Together, they faced down the intruder, Luna with her arched back and hissing, Sunny making a strange mix of rooster and cat-like warning sounds. The confused dog quickly decided to retreat. "That's definitely not normal rooster behavior," Martha Henderson commented when Ellen told her about the incident. "But then again, nothing about those two has ever been normal." The local media returned, fascinated by the continuing story of the cat-raised rooster. A nature documentary filmmaker even contacted Ellen, interested in capturing their unique relationship. "Think about it," the filmmaker urged. Their story could help people understand more about animal behavior and cross-species relationships. Ellen was hesitant. The attention was already affecting their peaceful life. Luna had become more protective, keeping Sunny closer to the house, while Sunny had developed a habit of positioning himself between strangers and his cat mother. One particularly hot afternoon, Ellen watched as Luna and Sunny dealt with the heat in their own special way. Luna had found a shady spot under the lilac bush, and Sunny, instead of dust bathing like a normal chicken, lay next to her in a cat-like pose, his head resting against her side. "You two still amaze me," Ellen told them, bringing out fresh water. "A year ago, who would have thought?" The true test of their bond came when a wild turkey flock passed through the area. The hens seemed to catch Sunny's attention, and for a few tense days, Ellen worried that nature's call might finally break the unusual family apart. But Sunny showed no interest in joining the wild turkeys. Instead, he stayed close to Luna, though he did adopt a proud strut when the turkeys were nearby, as if to show his cat mother that he was grown up but still her faithful child. "He's chosen his family," Dr. Chun observed during her next visit. "Sometimes, the bonds we form early in life are stronger than any biological instinct." As summer began to fade into early fall, their routine settled into a new normal. Sunny had learned to crow later in the morning, and Luna had relaxed her protective vigilance slightly, though she still kept a watchful eye on her unusual offspring. Ellen often found them in the garden. Luna stretched out in a patch of sunlight while Sunny scratched nearby, both comfortable in their unique relationship. Sometimes, Sunny would still try to purr like Luna, producing a bizarre but endearing sound that was neither quite chicken nor cat. "You've raised quite a character," Ellen told Luna one evening, as they all settled on the porch. Luna's response was a content purr, while Sunny nestled against her side, just as he had done since he was a tiny chick. As autumn painted the Vermont landscape in brilliant colors, Ellen faced new challenges in keeping her unusual family comfortable. The dropping temperatures meant making adjustments to their living arrangements, and not everyone was happy about the changes. "Come on, Sunny," Ellen coaxed, trying to convince the stubborn rooster to enter the insulated coop she'd set up in the enclosed porch. "You can't sleep next to Luna outside anymore. It's getting too cold." Luna watched from nearby, her tail twitching with what seemed like amusement as her oversized child refused to enter the coop. Sunny had made it clear that wherever Luna slept, that's where he would sleep too. The solution came from Dr. Chun during her monthly visit. "Why not create a combined space?" she suggested. "Something that works for both of them?" Following her advice, Ellen converted a corner of the enclosed porch into a unique shelter. She modified a large doghouse, making it tall enough for Sunny to stand comfortably, with a heated pad on the floor and plenty of space for Luna. To everyone's relief, both animals approved of the arrangement. "Leave it to those two to need custom housing." Martha Henderson laughed when she came to see the setup. She watched as Luna and Sunny settled into their new shelter, the rooster still trying to curl up against his cat mother despite being twice her size now. The first snow of the season brought an amusing scene. Luna, familiar with winter, ventured out into the white landscape with her usual grace. Sunny, however, stood at the porch doorway, making distressed noises until Luna returned to guide him. Step by step, Luna showed her child how to navigate the snowy yard, just as she had taught him everything else. "Now that's patience," Ellen remarked to her niece Sarah, who was filming the scene for her veterinary school presentation. They watched as Luna demonstrated how to shake snow from her paws, and Sunny attempted to copy her with his large chicken feet, creating a comical sight. Their winter routine developed its own rhythm. Mornings began with Sunny's crow, now thankfully later in the day, followed by shared breakfast time. Luna had her cat food bowl, while Sunny had his grain, but they still ate side by side, maintaining their closeness. One particularly cold morning, Ellen discovered them sharing body heat in their shelter. Luna's fur fluffed out protectively around Sunny, who had tucked his head under her chin just like he did as a chick. Some things hadn't changed at all. The winter brought unexpected visitors. A wildlife researcher from the University of Vermont asked to observe them, fascinated by their continued bond. "Most cross-species relationships like this end once the young animal matures," she explained, taking notes as Luna and Sunny performed their daily grooming ritual. "But these two have maintained their family dynamic well into adulthood." Their fame spread further when a national magazine picked up their story. The article, titled "The Cat Who Raised a Rooster," brought a new wave of attention. Ellen had to be firm about protecting their privacy, especially during the cold months when they were more confined to the porch. No more visitors until spring, she decided after one particularly stressful day when too many photographers had disturbed their peace. Luna had become anxious, and Sunny had started showing signs of stress, refusing to leave their shelter. The winter wasn't without its challenges. A severe ice storm hit their area, knocking out power for 2 days. Ellen worried about keeping them warm, but Luna and Sunny handled it better than she expected. They stayed in their shelter, sharing warmth, while Ellen kept them company with battery-powered lanterns and extra blankets. "You two are teaching me something about adaptation," Ellen told them during the power outage, watching as they remained calm and content despite the difficult conditions. One February morning, Ellen witnessed a scene that proved their bond was as strong as ever. A red fox had ventured into the yard, drawn by the bird feeders. Before Ellen could react, Luna had placed herself between the fox and Sunny, while Sunny, instead of running, stood his ground beside his cat mother. The fox, confronted by this unusual alliance, quickly retreated. "You're still protecting each other, aren't you?" Ellen said proudly, watching them return to their normal routine after the excitement. As winter progressed, they developed new ways to keep themselves entertained indoors. Luna would chase toy mice across the porch floor, and Sunny would join in, creating a peculiar game that was part cat play, part chicken scratch. Their unique relationship continued to evolve, adapting to their circumstances while maintaining its core of deep attachment. During one peaceful evening, as snow fell softly outside, Ellen sat in her rocking chair watching Luna and Sunny in their shelter. Despite all the changes and challenges, their unlikely family bond had only grown stronger. Luna still groomed Sunny's feathers with maternal care, and Sunny still responded to Luna's special calls with immediate attention. "Who would have thought," Ellen mused aloud, "that a cat and a rooster could teach us so much about love and family?" As March winds gave way to April showers, the changing season brought new energy to Luna and Sunny's relationship. The warmer weather meant more time outdoors, and their winter-confined world expanded once again into the awakening garden. Ellen watched with amusement as Sunny rediscovered his favorite dust-bathing spots, now muddy from spring rains. Luna supervised these activities with her usual maternal attention, though she kept her own paws carefully clean, displaying that typical feline aversion to getting wet. "You're still such a cat mom," Ellen chuckled as Luna delicately picked her way around puddles while keeping an eye on her enthusiastic child, splashing through them. The spring brought unexpected developments. A pair of wild turkeys began regularly visiting the yard, drawn perhaps by Sunny's presence. Luna watched these visitors with careful attention, her protective instincts still strong despite Sunny's full maturity. "Interesting," Dr. Chin noted during her spring checkup. "See how Sunny mimics Luna's alertness? He's not displaying typical rooster behavior toward the female turkeys. He's actually copying his cat mother's watchful stance." Indeed, Sunny seemed more interested in staying close to Luna than investigating the turkey visitors. He had developed a unique way of moving that combined a rooster strut with a cat's graceful prowl, creating an amusing sight as he patrolled their territory alongside Luna. One rainy morning, Ellen witnessed a heartwarming scene. Luna had found shelter under the porch overhang, and Sunny, instead of seeking cover in his coop, stood over her, his wings spread slightly to shield her from stray raindrops. The roles of protector and protected had evolved into something more equal. "Now that's something you don't see every day," Martha Henderson remarked when Ellen told her about it. "A rooster using his wings as an umbrella for a cat? Those two keep finding new ways to surprise us." The garden became their spring classroom once again. Luna resumed her teaching roles, showing Sunny which new spring shoots were safe to eat and which to avoid. Though fully grown, Sunny still looked to Luna for guidance, waiting for her approving meow before trying any new plants. Their fame continued to grow. A children's book author contacted Ellen, asking permission to write their story. After careful consideration, Ellen agreed, on the condition that any observations be done from a distance to protect Luna and Sunny's routine. "Their story needs to be told," the author explained. "It's about love transcending boundaries, about family being more than just biology. Children need to hear these messages." Spring also brought new challenges. A family of raccoons discovered the garden, leading to several tense confrontations. Luna and Sunny worked as a team during these encounters, Luna with her fierce hissing and Sunny with his impressive size and protective stance. Together, they proved to be effective guardians of their territory. "They've developed their own security system," Ellen told Sarah during her niece's latest visit. "Luna spots the intruders, and Sunny provides the muscle. They're quite the team." One particularly memorable morning, Ellen woke to an unusual silence. Concerned by the absence of Sunny's regular dawn greeting, she rushed to check on them. She found both animals at the edge of the garden, completely entranced by a family of deer passing through the neighboring field.
Luna sa tregali.
With Sunny standing beside her, both watching the deer with quiet fascination. "You two still share everything, don't you?" Ellen said softly, not wanting to break the peaceful moment. Their spring routine expanded to include garden patrol several times a day. Luna would lead, with Sunny following close behind, both checking their territory and enjoying the fresh air. They had specific spots where they would stop Luna to sun herself, Sunny to scratch and forage, but always within sight of each other. The most touching moments were still their quiet times together. Despite his size, Sunny continued to seek out Luna's grooming sessions. He would lower his head to her level, and Luna would carefully preen his feathers, just as she had done when he was a chick. These grooming sessions usually ended with both of them settling down for a nap, Sunny carefully positioning himself to not overwhelm his smaller mother. They found their own way of staying close, Dr. Chun observed during a checkup. They've adapted their behaviors to accommodate their size difference while maintaining their bond. As spring progressed, Ellen noticed how their relationship had matured but remained just as strong. Luna had become more willing to let Sunny explore independently, but she always kept him within sight. Sunny, in turn, had developed a protective streak toward Luna, often positioning himself between her and any perceived threats. One evening, as the spring twilight settled over the garden, Ellen sat on her porch watching Luna and Sunny perform their evening routine. Luna was grooming herself while Sunny pecked gently at the ground nearby, both comfortable in their shared space. "You know," Ellen said to them, "you two have taught me more about love and family than I ever expected to learn from a cat and a rooster." As summer approached once again, Luna and Sunny's story had begun to impact their community in unexpected ways. The children's book about them, The Cat Who Mothered a Rooster, had become a local bestseller, and Ellen found herself fielding requests from schools wanting to use their story to teach lessons about acceptance and unconditional love. "We could set up controlled visits," suggested Dr. Chun during her monthly checkup. "It might be good for children to see that family doesn't always look the way we expect it to." After careful consideration, Ellen agreed to host small groups of elementary school students, but only in the garden where Luna and Sunny would have plenty of space to retreat if they felt overwhelmed. The first visit proved remarkably successful, largely due to Sunny's gentle nature and Luna's calm presence. "Look how he follows her just like my cat follows me," one young girl exclaimed, watching Sunny trail after Luna through the garden. The children sat quietly on blankets, amazed by the unusual pair's interactions. Luna and Sunny seemed to understand the importance of these visits. Sunny, despite his impressive size, remained gentle and calm around the young visitors. Luna, typically wary of strangers, would sit regally nearby, supervising both her unusual child and the young human guests. Mrs. Thompson, a second-grade teacher, approached Ellen after one visit. "Would you consider letting us make this a regular part of our different kinds of families unit? The children learn more from watching Luna and Sunny for an hour than they do from any textbook." The impact of their story spread beyond the school visits. A local animal shelter began using their example to promote cross-species adoptions, particularly for older cats. "Luna and Sunny show us that love knows no boundaries," their new slogan read, alongside a photo of the unlikely pair sharing a sunny spot in Ellen's garden. One morning, Ellen witnessed a moment that perfectly captured their enduring relationship. A summer storm had blown in suddenly, bringing thunder that would normally send both animals seeking shelter. Instead, she found them in their special corner of the porch, Luna pressing close to Sunny's side, while he mantled his wings slightly over her, each comforting the other in their own way. "You're still taking care of each other, aren't you?" Ellen said softly, watching their mutual display of protection. Their daily routine had evolved but maintained its core of devotion. Every morning, after Sunny's now familiar crow, they would share breakfast before making their rounds of the garden. Luna still showed Sunny which plants were safe to eat, and he still waited for her approving meow before trying anything new, even though he was now a fully grown rooster. Dr. Chun continued to document their relationship for scientific papers. "What's remarkable," she explained to Ellen, "is how they've maintained their bond while adapting to their natural instincts. Sunny still exhibits rooster behaviors, but they're modified by his feline upbringing. And Luna has adapted her maternal instincts to care for a child very different from herself." The summer brought new opportunities for their story to help others. A family struggling to blend children from different backgrounds visited after reading about Luna and Sunny. Watching the unusual pair's comfortable interactions helped the children understand that differences didn't have to be barriers. "See how they respect each other's needs?" Ellen explained to the visiting family. "Luna gives Sunny space when he needs to scratch and forage, and he stays close by when she wants to nap in the sun. They've learned to balance their different natures." Their influence extended to unexpected places. A local counselor began using their story to help children cope with adoption and blended family situations. If a cat and a rooster can create such a strong family bond, she would tell her young clients, then different types of human families can work just as well. One particularly touching moment came when a wildlife rehabilitator brought a young intern to observe them. The intern, initially skeptical about cross-species relationships, watched in amazement as Luna and Sunny demonstrated their daily routine of mutual grooming and companionship. "I never thought I'd see anything like this," the intern admitted, watching Luna gently preen Sunny's feathers while he stood perfectly still, occasionally making his unique purring cluck sound that he had developed to communicate with his cat mother. As summer progressed, Ellen noticed how their relationship continued to deepen. Age had begun to slow Luna slightly, and Sunny had adapted by matching his pace to hers, waiting patiently as she navigated the garden paths. Their bond had matured into something even more profound than their original mother-child relationship. "They're not just mother and child anymore," Martha Henderson observed one evening, watching them share their favorite sunset spot on the porch. "They're true companions, equals in their own unique way." Ellen often found herself reflecting on how this unusual pair had changed not only her life but the lives of so many others. Their story had become a testament to the power of love to transcend boundaries and prejudices. "You two never set out to be teachers," she told them one evening as they settled into their nighttime routine, "but you've taught us all so much about what family really means."